Hello student, today we will continue the chapter tissues. Topic we are going to discuss is animal tissues. Animal tissue. On the basis of structure of cells and their functions, animal tissues are classified into four major types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. Now, let us discuss about the epithelial tissues in detail. The covering or protective tissues in the animal body are epithelial tissues. The skin and lining of buccal cavity, blood vessels, alveoli of lungs and kidney tubules are made up of epithelial tissue. The cells of this tissue are tightly packed. Epithelial cells lie on a delicate non-cellular basement membrane which contain a special form of matrix protein called collagen. Function: epithelial cells protect the underlying cells from mechanical and chemical injuries and bacterial or viral infection. It covers most organs and cavities within the body. Epithelial tissues help in absorption of water and nutrients. Epithelial tissues help in elimination of waste product. Some epithelial tissues secrete secretions such as sweat, saliva, etc. Types of epithelial tissue. Depending upon the shape and function of the cells, the epithelial tissues are classified as follows. Squamous epithelium exists in smooth as well as striated form. Cells are smooth, thin and irregular in shape but fit like a floor tile, protect nose, mouth, esophagus lining from mechanical injury. Cuboidal epithelium. They are taller and broader. They form the inner lining of colon, intestine, oviduct, etc. Help in absorption and secretion. Columnar epithelium. They are cube-like, found in kidney, pancreas, thyroid, testes and ovaries. Glandular epithelium. They are columnar epithelial-like tissue but modified to form oil gland, salivary gland and sweat gland. This covers the exocrine and endocrine glands. Ciliated epithelium. They are columnar and cuboidal epithelial tissue with thread-like cytoplasmic outgrowth called cilia, found in sperm duct, oviduct, fallopian duct, trachea, etc. Connective tissue. The connective tissues are made up of living cells and specialized to connect and anchor various body organs. The cells of connective tissues are loosely spaced and embedded in an intracellular matrix. The matrix may be jelly-like, fluid, dense or rigid. The nature of matrix decides the function of connective tissue. Function: connective tissue bind one tissue together in the organs. Connective tissues are classified into three types: proper connective tissues, supportive connective tissues and fluid connective tissues. Proper connective tissue. In animals, there are following three types of connective tissues proper: areolar or loose connective tissue, adipose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue. It is a loose and cellular connective tissue. Its matrix consists of two kinds of fiber, white collagen fibers and yellow elastic fibers. Areolar connective tissue is found between the skin and muscles, around blood vessels and nerves, and in the bone marrow. It fills the spaces between different tissues and organs, hence called packing tissue. Function: it acts as supporting and packing tissue between organs lying in the body cavity. It helps in repair of tissue after an injury and also helps in fighting foreign antigen and toxin. Adipose connective tissue. It consists of large number of oval and rounded adipose cells filled with fat globules. The adipose tissue is abundant below the skin between the internal organs. Functions. It serves as a fat reservoir. Adipose tissue acts as food reservoir by storing fat. It acts as an insulator and regulates body temperature. Fibrous connective tissue. It is characterized by orbital and densely packed collection of fibers and cells. It is the chief component of ligaments and tendons. Tendons. They are made up of tough, non-elastic white fibers. They connect the muscles to bone. Ligaments. They are made up of strong elastic yellow fibers as well as white fibers. They connect bone to bone. Supportive connective tissues. They are also known as skeletal tissues. Supportive connective tissue form the exoskeleton of the body of vertebrate. It includes cartilage and bone. Cartilage. These are soft, non-porous and flexible tissues found in many areas of body including joints between bones. For example, the elbow, knees, ankles, ends of the rib, etc. Bone. They are hard, porous and inflexible tissues. They have bone marrow to produce blood cells. Fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue link the different parts of the body and maintain continuity in the body. It includes blood and lymph. Blood. Blood is fluid connective tissue. In this tissue, cells move in a fluid or liquid matrix or medium called blood plasma. The blood plasma does not contain protein fibers but contains cells called blood corpuscles or blood cells. These blood corpuscles and blood cells are red blood corpuscles or RBC or erythrocyte, white blood corpuscle or leukocyte, platelets. RBC and WBC are living while plasma and platelets are non-living. Lymph. It is a fluid flow in vessels called lymph vessels. It is a straw-colored fluid. It is similar to composition of blood except that it lacks RBCs and contains less calcium and phosphorus. About 94% of lymph is water and rest contains protein, fat, hormones, salt and nitrogenous waste. Muscular tissue. Muscular tissue constitute all the muscles of the body. Muscle cells are elongated and large size. Muscle contains special protein called contractile proteins which contract and relax to cause movement. On the basis of their location, structure and function, there are following three types. Striated muscles, stripped, skeletal or voluntary muscles. They help in body movement. Smooth muscles, unstriated, visceral and involuntary muscles. They help in movement of muscles. Cardiac muscles. These muscles are involuntary and found in heart. Nervous tissue. A tissue which is specialized to transmit messages, receive stimuli and sensation in our body is nervous tissue. Brain, spinal cord and nerves are all composed of nervous tissue. Nervous tissue contains highly specialized unit cells called nerve cells or neurons. These cells are specialized for the conduction of impulses over great distance at a great speed. A neuron consists of a cell body with a nucleus and cytoplasm, from which long, thin, hair-like parts arises called dendrons. Dendrons further branch out to form dendrites. From the distal part of cyton arises a very long process called axon. Functions. The nervous tissue is responsible for the reception and transmission of information between different parts of the body. The dendrite receives impulses and the axon takes impulses away from the cell body. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.